Ladies and gentlemen, American Jerry Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. We got lots to cover, so let's get with it. Well, the number one story, of course, is the United States Air Force strikes with B-2 bombers flying out of Missouri all the way to Iran to hit 3 nuclear sites. They used bunker busters and they used missiles from submarine in the Gulf. It was apparently a complete success. They weren't shot at. They all went home safely. It was about a 37-hour flight both ways, refueled. It's apparently a practice mission that they've been running for a long time. And there was a little bit of diversion from the B-2s that went to Guam. Made everybody think what was up. The bottom line is, folks, in my opinion, this was wonderful and beautiful. And what does Trump say immediately after? Let's have peace. They didn't hit Tehran. They didn't hit hospitals. They didn't hit even troops. They hit 3 nuclear facilities. Now we'll see what happens. If there is any retaliation, as Trump said, by Iran, it's going to be hell to pay. Tehran will probably get obliterated if they're that stupid. But they are that stupid. Think about that. After what Israel did, like they didn't know this was coming, these people are suiciders. You know, suicide is glory. Death and by a nuclear bomb's glory. They don't care about life at all. So the bottom line is it was a great success. And then last but not least on this issue, Trump said that, hey, he's all down for a regime change. And you know what? That's all part of the pressure on the Ayatollah. So it was a wonderful success. The Iranians did say, through a spokesperson, they might close the Strait of Hormuz, which a lot of the shipping goes through. Marco Rubio said it isn't going to happen. So we'll see what happens on that front. Funny story out of all this. Apparently, there was people in Washington, D.C. felt tipped off because Papa John's announced that they were getting lots of deliveries from the old Pentagon on Saturday night. Isn't that interesting? And then we've got Iran terrorism. You know, we know they've done it to us forever and ever and ever. I mean, they and their proxies have done so much to us. And God only knows how many of them are in our country thanks to Joe Biden in 4 years. But you know what? It doesn't matter. We did the right thing in hitting those nuclear facilities. Another fallout is Thomas Massie, working with the Democrats, tries to claim it's unconstitutional. Biggest bunch of crock. Do you realize, folks, every single military action we've taken since our 1943 declaration of war on Romania, without a declaration of war. Now, there have been consent from Congress, but Trump hitting nuclear power facilities, bomb-making places in Iran, sorry, it's not a declaration of war. It's a knocking you out. It's not, say, full-blown general warfare. It's not what it is. Thomas Massie's a jackwagon, and he's been aching for this fight. And you know what? He miscalculated. Here's the bottom line. Massie wins because he gets his little Massie nasties out to vote. Small fraction of the voters. If Trump endorses a candidate and the Trump voters get out, which Trump can get them out, Massie loses in a primary. There are more Trump voters than Massie voters in every Republican district in this country. They get out to vote, Massie goes down. Iran earthquake. This happened before the bombing. There was a 5.1 earthquake in Iran. Bad luck. Trump support is growing, not depleting. FedEx chairman. I love this story. Fred Smith dies at 80, not the death. But he did his paper on FedEx in college and got a C+ on it. They told him it wouldn't work. 449 predators arrested and 224 kids saved so far under the FBI of Kash Patel and Bongino. Special prosecutor. Donald Trump is calling for a special prosecutor for the 2020 election. I think that's necessary. Deleted signal messages do not have to be turned over. That's that Hexeth ordeal. The debate failure, according to Chuck Todd, was actually planned. Trump says farmers get a break. He's not going to make farmers they're not going to deport all these farmers. Good move by the president. Remote work abuse. Apparently, our workers working remote in our federal government under COVID abused the privilege. That shock you? Bill Maher says the Democrats need to do something about The View because it's gone down the tubes. I agree with you, Bill. Mark Cuban said he was asked to be VP, choice of Kamala Harris. He said no. doesn't do very well at number 2. I think he's correct. Michelle Obama said she's glad she didn't have a son with Barack because he would just be like Barack. Ouch. Kamala Harris is leaning towards running for governor of California. You all elect her governor, that's your freaking problem. Joe Biden apparently is misbehaving on his Amtrak trip from Delaware to D.C. He's such a bozo. And white men, apparently, according to polls, are scared to speak up at work, afraid of getting in trouble. Well, you know that's the truth. In world news, Canada is losing tourism from the United States. Americans aren't going to Canada. Ha ha. And this is a terrible tragedy. A balloon in Brazil caught on fire, killed 8 people. Lots of pop culture. The Waterfront. I just finished this on Netflix. I give it an A rating. Bodybuilders. She was called the She-Hulk. They were both found killed with hammers. Who the hell was big enough to kill those 2 people? Diddy trial. They released all the instructions that they gave escorts. It's just disgusting. Camille Kostek. This is Gronk's girlfriend. Apparently, the other NFL cheerleaders in the Sports Illustrated didn't like that she didn't have a wedding ring on. Big deal. First electric plane landed at John F. K. International Airport, carrying passengers. Went 70-odd nautical miles in 35 minutes. That's pretty wild. Meet the Parents 4 is apparently going to come out. Courtney Thorne-Smith has filed for divorce. I like her, don't even know him. John Wick 5 is apparently going to happen. Can't believe it. And Barry Morphew, after 5 years, has finally been charged with the murder of his wife, who went bicycling and disappeared. Sports Without Boundaries. Keegan Brandley won the Travelers Golf tournament. You know why? Tommy Fleetwood, God love him, 42 tournaments, top 10, never won. He bogeyed on the 18th hole to lose by 1. Tom Brady won the Fanatic game. That's pretty cool. By the way, Joe Burrow got made fun of the way he throws a baseball. USA 2, Haiti 1 in the Gold Cup. Thunder wins the NBA championship for the first time as Oklahoma City. And it was a wild game. Tyrese Halliburton blew out his Achilles in the first quarter. That hurt Indiana. Dwayne Lucas, the Hall of Fame horse trainer, is retiring. LSU are the NCAA baseball champs. I like LSU. I was rooting for Coastal. Durant has been traded to the Rockets for, 6 second-round picks, this year's first-round pick, and 2 other players. Chip Carey is going to be given a break because when he read Pride Flag Day, he said Pride Fag Day, and he got the slur, but they're going to say it was a mistake, and he's going to be allowed to stay. He should be. Cal Raleigh, catcher for the Mariners, 30 home runs. He breaks Johnny Bench catcher's record before the All-Star break. Hunter Biggie got hit with a race guy, 105 mile per hour foul ball. He apparently is going to be okay. In history, John Gotti was sentenced today on his charges, life imprisonment. See ya. And the typewriter was invented by Christopher Latham Sholes. And your Shakespeare insult of the day is, do not be a crooked, pated, saucy strumpet. It's the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I hope you have a wonderful day.